Hello, I am SJ from What the Trig Math, and we are looking at Math Whiteboard. And today we're going to specifically look at the number line features of Math Whiteboard. So here I am on a blank whiteboard, and I can click Insert, Number Line. And straight away, we've got that number line that sometimes we just need. Perhaps I'm a student and I'm wanting to count the jumps as I'm working out my sums, so I'm able to do that with my finger. I'm just going to clear that off. But sometimes when you're explaining things as a teacher and you just need that number line and you're going, this would be easier if I could just show them on a number line. But by the time I've drawn a number line, I'll have lost them. Well, actually, Math Whiteboard has that covered because just with my finger and drawing a straight line, it will make that number line for me. So again, for information, I'm doing all of these videos on a fairly basic Chromebook with a touch screen and my finger. There's no stylus action happening here. And just with my finger, it's picked that up as an R. We'll just clear that one off. We'll have another go. There's my number line there for me. And always my favourite feature is just scribbling over and it will just erase everything off the screen. So that was a little bit of the basics of the number line, and I'm already thinking of how I can use that in my lessons, like I say, with counting jumps or visual representation. But I just want to show you some of the features of what take the number line into a slider when we're looking at algebra. So I'm going to write an expression now, and I am going to leave the video playing just so you can see how simple it is just using my finger for it to work out what I'm writing and to pick it up. So 3b plus 5 equals, let's say, 14. Now, I don't really want to work out what B is, so I'm going to ask Math Whiteboard to work out B for me. So I'm going to write B and put my arrow in, and it's telling me that B is 3. So that's fantastic. I now know that B is 3. I'm going to use my scribble over just to get rid of that. So I'm now going to write B equals 3 because Math Whiteboard worked that out so kindly for me. And I'm just going to, with my finger, do a straight line down over this equal sign. So just like that. And if you missed it, I'll just do it again. So just with my finger, a straight line down over the equal sign, and it's made a slider for me. And that's saying that B equals 3, which is right on what we expected. I'm just going to scribble off this end bit of the equation here back to an expression, and I'm going to put the arrow on where I ask Math Whiteboard to work things out for me. So it's telling me that the value is 14 when we've put it through that expression. If I slide B down to the -2, you can see that that value has now changed. So if I change B to be 0, it's going to be 5. So I don't know about you, I've often struggled to get students to really grasp that what are we doing here with algebra? What is B? What is the unknown? And obviously I've used B because we try not to use X and Y where possible when we're doing representations. But just to give them that understanding that B can change, it's an unknown, it can be a different number. But also as well, that negative concept of what happens when we're working with negative numbers and those outputs. So they can really play, manipulate, and begin to develop their own understanding of how these values work when they're inputting them into their algebraic expressions and equations. And of course, you can make this larger and you can change this to continuous values too. If you wanted to, and you can really get into the finite details of it's an unknown and we don't know what the value is, especially if we're looking at bounds as well, and if we're trying to solve quadratics further on. But a very brief introduction to the fantastic bit of Math Whiteboard, which is number lines and sliders for you.